Hello, I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS. Welcome to Accountants Minute. This is the fourth webinar in our contribution towards thinking and planning and action relative to COVID-19 coronavirus. And today's theme is communicate, communicate, communicate. These were the words that well-known Australian accounting industry mentor and coach Andrew Geddes used in our presentation last Friday when he talked about what accountants should be doing to counteract the problems of COVID-19, but also to assist in getting your clients ready to meet the challenges of survival during COVID-19 and then being able to emerge as sound, well-structured businesses at the end of this crisis. Geddes indicated that the communication needs to start first of all within your accountancy firm, so that all of the team understand what their roles are, understand what's happening in the marketplace, understand the latest pronouncements from the Australian government and the Australian Taxation Office. And there's been a few of them, hasn't there, relative to COVID-19. Andrew also indicated that we all need to have greater sensitivity towards our clients because many of them are under extreme pressure at present. And accountants need to be really listening and offering constructive suggestions to help your clients through this process. He also talks about if you're less busy in your firm, what are you doing? And he suggests you start looking at extra training, particularly relating to advisory services, perhaps new advisory services, or perhaps using products like ESS BIZTOOLS and others that are going to improve your ability to deliver a wider range of professional services. Services that Andrew Geddes believes are going to be in demand, far more so at the end of this crisis, because a lot of businesses are going to use this time to resolve that they're going to change their modus operandi from the end of this crisis. You need to check with your clients that they are monitoring their cash flows, looking at what their income is likely to be, and then monitoring whether they're receiving that. Are your clients fully conversant of the various government initiatives? Have they registered for the processes that will contribute money to their businesses? Are they aware of the coronavirus guarantee SME loans that the banks have the ability to issue with money that's been supplied by the federal government and the Reserve Bank of Australia? $105 billion in low interest loans have been made available to the banks for them to lend to businesses. Maximum loans, $250,000, 3-year terms, low interest rates, no security. And these loans are for working capital purposes. So could you contribute to your clients' thinking about the working capital purposes that they might put one of those loans to? Andrew Geddes suggested 3 alternatives that accounting firms that he's the chair of have implemented. The first one was in response to a farmer's comments that he now had plenty of feed growing in his paddocks that he's never had for the previous 3 years. And they've decided and successfully assisted him by preparing a dot-point business plan, budgets and cash flow forecasts for him to raise $250,000. He's buying cattle, placing them into his paddocks, fattening them, and in 8 to 10 months' time, he believes he'll be able to double his money, and then he'll buy another group of cattle and go through the same process again, and hopefully he will do it for the third time before he's got to repay those loan funds. Another accounting firm was dealing with a builder who was very reluctant to retrench some key employees, and they decided to apply for the coronavirus guarantee loan for SMEs so that the builder could build a spec home utilising his key team of employees and subcontractors. And at the end of that process, hopefully they'll be able to sell that spec home and then go into the process of building another spec home and perhaps another before the loan funds have to be repaid. Another example that Andrew Geddes gave was a hotel operator who was obviously closed down, who decided that now was the time to do some renovations, some new paintwork, and generally to improve the presentation of the premises so that when trading does resume for hotels, he will have what will appear to be a brand new internal premises to hopefully secure a greater share of the market. What could you do in suggestions to your clients? Federal government and the Reserve Bank have made this money available to banks to be lent for working capital purposes. Undoubtedly, there's many uses that this money can be legitimately put through. But most of your clients are going to need your assistance, especially in those key documents, the business plan, even a dot point business plan, budgets and cash flow forecasts, jobs that you can charge for, of course, because the client's going to be raising a loan fund of $250,000. You can listen to Andrew Geddes' comments by clicking on to the link to the webinar recording from last Friday, and that link's available in the written transmission that you've received from us. Priscilla B. Smith from Cloud9 Associates talked about the types of services that her organisation provides to bookkeepers and accountants who wish to have a better understanding of bookkeeping and taxation matters. But she also talked about the JobKeeper registration having been extended to 31 May, the payment date for the April wage payments that wish to qualify for JobKeeper being extended until the 8th of May, the JobKeeper system being extended to self-employed persons, directors, beneficiaries of trusts, and partners in partnership, subject to only one of each being eligible per business to receive the JobKeeper funding, but obviously the business must have shown the 30% reduction. And Priscilla also mentioned the JobKeeper status was very important if your client wishes to avail themselves of the commercial tenancy code to negotiate with their landlord relative to rental waivers or rental deferments. So we got through a lot in that particular webinar broadcast. Our next webinar broadcast is on Friday the 8th of May at 12 noon AEST, and we're featuring a business person from Darwin, Jeff Goodrich, who is going to talk to you about what business people are looking for at this time from accountants. So that will be very interesting. And we also have a lawyer, Matthew Karakalakis, a partner in AMK Law, which practices in Adelaide and Melbourne. And Matthew is going to talk to you about some of the legal implications for accounting firms and for SMEs because of COVID-19. And his key comments is going to be on business contracts and force majeure during COVID-19. I look forward to talking to you on Friday the 8th of May in giving you this update on COVID-19 in association with our associates who are committed to supplying services to you as accountants, business advisors and bookkeepers to assist you in the delivery of services to your clients for them to survive through this COVID-19 coronavirus. Have a good day. Goodbye.